What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? What is hip? What is hot? What is happening, my people? It is your boy specialist coming to you from all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. Back with another video. Today we will be reviewing. We have been waiting for this since 2017, and it finally dropped. Today we will be reviewing the movie that everybody has been waiting for, Zack Snyder's Justice League. They told us it would never happen. It did. Alright, now for those who are unaware of what the hell is going on or what the hype about this movie is all about. Alright, so in 2017, Zack Snyder was directing a movie titled Justice League, which stars Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, The Flash. Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, The Flash, and who's the fifth one? Aquaman. Man, how can I forget about Aquaman? And I think during filming, his daughter passed away, and then he had to step aside. And then Warner Brothers and DC, they gave the directing role to Josh Whedon, another director who successfully directed two of the first two Avengers movies, the Marvel's Avengers in 2012, and then Age of Ultron, which came after that. I don't even remember the year that movie came out. Yeah, people really hated that movie. But anyway, aside from that, so Josh Whedon came in, changed everything in the movie, and then when the movie came out, pretty much everybody hated that movie, and they wanted a movie that Zack Snyder was gonna make. And they kept pushing and pushing, and then DC and Warner Brothers said nope, it's never gonna happen. There is no Snyder cut and whatever. And but DC fans are relentless. They kept pushing and whining and whatever, signing I almost said confessions with the signing petitions, online about the Snyder cut. And then Warner Brothers finally gave in. They finally caved in and gave Zack Snyder, I think, about $80 million to make his vision and whatever. And it happened, and the whole world, the whole DC superhero world was rejoicing and everything. And then it finally came out. The trailer was sick. The previews, all kinds of previews, TV spots and everything. And we couldn't wait for this to happen. We couldn't really. I was one of those people. I'm a huge Batman fan, and I hated what they did in that 2017 release. All right, so the movie came out, and I watched it with an open mind, just trying to see, because everybody's been raving about it, and those that were lucky enough to see it before everybody else have been talking positively about it, which is very rare for DC lately. And I was just like all these other people who were wondering what the hype is all about, and they wanted to see this one. So I finally saw it. So we're gonna get into it now, alright? But before we do that, man, you know the drill, alright? Support the video with your likes, support the channel with your subscriptions, and hit me up in the comment section, man. Tell me what you think of the movie. Did you see it? Do you want to see it? What else do you want me to react to or review? Just a warning, though. Huge warning, though. Reviewing movies, not really my thing. So I'm just testing it out, just testing the waters to see how I'm doing and everything. So my thing is mostly reactions. I love reacting to stuff I haven't seen before. So, but I'm just trying to do everything, like reacting and reviewing movies and music and stuff. So let's get straight into it. All right, movie came out yesterday. 4 hours long. It's like 4 hours and 2 minutes long. It is long. Like, do not watch the movie laying down. You might fall asleep. Slight warning. You might fall asleep. 4 hours is nothing to play with. And there are scenes in this movie where it's gonna feel like it's something you've seen before, because it is the same movie that came out in 2017, but it's just that it's somebody else's vision. So it's the same plot, same storyline, but everything else is done completely different, and it's longer, so there are more scenes added on the to this one. So is that a good thing or a bad thing in this particular movie? It is most definitely a good thing. It fleshed out all of these characters: your Wonder Woman, Superman, your Batman, your Aquaman, Cyborg, especially Cyborg. Like, yeah, they really fleshed out his story and everything in there. He's actually more powerful than people are giving him credit for, and they actually do mention that in this movie. So I really like that, because in the 2017 one, he was just a dork. He was boring and bland. Like, there was nothing interesting about his character. He was like Batman, boring and bland in the 2017, and that is why I hate that movie. You can ask anyone I know. You can ask every friend I know. I'm a huge Batman fan. I will rip your heart out and force feed you talking crap about my Batman. Okay, fine. I wouldn't really do that. That's murder. Even Batman doesn't like doing that, except for this movie. Whoo! Okay, so getting into this movie, the way the movie starts, the way the movie begins, it's so different than the 2017 one. The movie begins at the end of BVS with the death of Superman, and then he screams, and they turn into this huge echo that just comes out of his mouth and just spreads across the city, across the country, across, almost like across the world. And it's so, in a way, like you can feel that it's not really disturbing, but it's somewhere along those lines of uncomfortable. Like, everybody can feel his final screams before he dies and all of that. And it's really an intense way to kick off a movie, right? So, all right, so that's a spoiler right there. I'm so very sorry. I am so very sorry. Let me just. I don't want to spoil this for you guys. I want you guys to watch this and enjoy it on your own. Like, to have an open mind going into this. And the hell is wrong with this damn light, man? Come on. Excuse me, just trying to fix this light real quick. And where was I? Yeah, so I'm trying not to spoil this one for you. Alright? So, let's get to the pros and cons. The cons, 4 hours. That's definitely the con. It's too freaking long for a superhero movie. Come on. Even, you know, even Avengers was not this long. Even a Civil War was not this long with all those characters. And even Endgame was not this long. And yeah, a lot of characters in there. You know, but they did not waste the 4 hours. They used it to flesh out all these characters. They used it for character development moving forward before they meet up and everything. It was fantastic how they went about doing it. So I can forgive them for that. Um, I like the introduction of new characters. You must have seen from everything, if you were following this movie, about Martian Manhunter, aka Jean Jones. He was gonna be, in this movie. His introduction is quite, like, it catches you off guard. Like, whoa, okay, like you don't see it coming. I like how they went about doing that. He actually shows up twice in this movie. My con in this. Okay, my pro is that he does show up and he looks fantastic. Like, CGI and everything looks great. And a con, I can't say it because I might be spoiling stuff. I'm just saying that both of his appearances. The first one was wow, like shocker in your face kinda, and the second one was like, oh, so you're still part of this movie. That's awesome, kinda, and with that, and I like what they did with Cyborg. That's definitely a pro right there, and Flash. Like, they definitely showed the characters, the powers, the cyborg's background, and the Flash's powers. Now I'm not that familiar with the Flash's powers. I know that he can run. He can run fast. He can travel through time, tap into the Speed Force, travel through time, and change the events of time. Hence Flashpoint and all of that. I wasn't aware of him being able to reverse time. Like he taps into the Speed Force that reverses time. So I wasn't aware that he can do that. So that really caught me off guard because DC has a tendency of coming up with strange powers, especially when it comes to Superman. If you remember the old ones, the Christopher Reeves movies, where I think Lois Lane dies, and then he gets so angry that he flies around the world, like literally around the planet, so fast that he reversed time. People never saw that in the comics. And then there was also a scene where he kissed Lois, and in doing so, erased her memories. Lois found out that Superman is Clark Kent, and then I think somewhere along the end of the movie, he took his glasses off, he kissed her, and then she completely forgot. Like, they just pull all that kind of crap out their ass, and they were like, ah, what the hell else is this guy capable of? What can't he do? Um, Superman shows up here in his black suit, and they give literally no explanation as to why. But the way he does it, he rocks up, he comes out in his black suit, and then puts his fist on the ground and ready to fly off and all of that. It was so reminiscent of Man of Steel. I enjoyed Man of Steel. I don't care what people say. I enjoyed that movie, and was a nice little reminiscent little homage there to Man of Steel. And I like what they did with Batman in this one. Yeah, I was definitely gonna get to that. Batman is absolute badass here. He's not as moody and broody as he was in BVS. Remember in BVS how he was before his fight with Superman? He's more laid back now. He's more hero now. He's more focused on saving the world. And he knows full well that he cannot do it himself. After Superman died and he had that dream of the world being taken over and Superman is the bad guy and all of that, and then Flash saying that now you need to save us, find Lois, she's the key, and all of that. Like all of that is in the back of his mind. So he's driving himself, trying to find these people because he can feel that something bad is happening. And Superman is gone. What's next? You understand? So he's driven now. He's putting he has a reason for putting the Justice League together. I like that. And Diana's also there. She makes her own discoveries. And then there's the big fight with Steppenwolf, who by the way looks absolutely badass. Like what? What? He looks big. His armor looks badass. He looks like somebody that just walks in and kills everybody without saying a word. If he didn't say anything in this entire movie, I still would have forgiven that movie. That's how badass he looks. And there was a scene I think you might have seen in the previews where where he goes into Amazon, into Themyscira, and then has this fight with the Amazons and everything. The 2017 version was absolute crap compared to this one. This was brutal. This was violent. This was bloody. This was this was boy. I can't. You guys need to see this one. It completely showed how heartless, how brutal, how strategic, how absolutely menacing Steppenwolf is. And before I get to the final fight scene, I want to talk about the big bad guy of the DC universe. This universe, like the big bad guy, freaking Darkseid. Forget what you saw in the trailer. In the movie, like the full fledged boy, straight out of the comics. He looks menacing. He looks mean. He looks tough. He looks badass. He looks scary. Like, you look at him and you're like, how in the freaking hell is the Justice League gonna beat this guy? And he doesn't do nothing. He just stands there and talks, and you're like, yep. You get that vibe. You get that presence that, yeah, this guy is the big deal, and you see why everybody bows before him, you know. And now moving on to the final big battle where everybody comes together and everything. Now you remember in the 2017 theatrical release, they fought him in that abandoned place where they had this big final fight and everything looked flowerish, and all of that is gone, by the way. There's none of that crap, that those flowers growing and all of that uh, rainbow stuff happening there. In the 2017 release, theatrical release, they fighting Steppenwolf. They're getting their asses handed to them. Justice League, they're having their asses handed to them until Superman shows up and beats the living crap out of Steppenwolf by himself, making everybody else look weak as hell. Like, hey, we have Superman, so can we just sit down and do nothing now? So Zack Snyder was very smart in not repeating that crap. Even though the fight was good, um, it was like everybody else had a chance to do something. They all looked strong. He found a way to make everybody look strong. Yes, Superman still looked stronger, but it did not make everybody else look weak. And the way they handled Steppenwolf, it's so much better than they did in the 2017. Like, so much freaking better. Like, their way they froze his axe, and then Wonder Woman destroyed it, and then he was afraid. No, no, and then the parademons took him away, and then that was it. That was so underwhelming. That was so anticlimactic. That was straight up boring. But this time, oh hell freaking no. Superman shows up, and it turns into this. He shows up. He pummels the guy, and then I don't know what. I don't want to give much away. All right, and then Steppenwolf gets stabbed. He gets one of his horns broken, and oh, this was brutal, brutal. You know, and I like that. And Batman was not holding back. Batman was outside. I mean, I think he may have had the most kills in that fight, and I like it. I'm talking close range headshots and everything with alien weapons. Like, doesn't matter. Like, nah, you ain't no human. You know, he has like the no kill rule. I think that only applies to humans. Parademons, oh hell no, headshots and all of that. And after the fight, I think we get like 20, 22 minutes still of different footages. Batman, and we have another nightmare scene, which could be a premonition. Remember, Batman doesn't have any powers, but then again, human beings do have premonitions. So, is that really a power, or a natural thing that's only given to a select few? I have no idea what I'm saying, but with that, okay, so Lex Luthor shows up, Deathstroke shows up, who else shows up? Martian Manhunter shows up in the movie, and I'm not talking about mid-credit scenes. I don't think there was a mid-credit scenes, or I was too tired to even wait for that. So they set up a lot, man. They set up a lot, and then Lex Luthor gives Deathstroke very important information regarding the Batman, but he doesn't even mention that whole "let's start our own Justice League" kind of like what he mentioned in the end credits for the 2017 release. And yeah, man. So comparing this to the 2017 levels, Baba, this is so much better, like 1,000 times better than what we got there. and everybody else was fleshed out. Everybody got to look cool. They were introduced. The background, whatever. We knew who they were. We knew who they were capable of by the time they went into the final fight. So it was a huge improvement from the previous one. So yeah, man. So I cannot wait for you guys to go and watch it. Hit me up in the comment section. Tell me what you guys thought or what you think about it. And let's talk about it if you want to. All right. So I will give this one an incredible 8 out of 10. That's how much I loved it because of um I think my rating is a bit biased because I'm a huge Batman fan and I love what they did with Batman in this movie. And I also love what they did with all the other characters. Like they gave them story, they gave them like we. By the time the movie ends, you know who they are, what they're capable of, and everything. So if you know anything about this movie, hit me up in the comment section. Tell me more about Flash. Does he reverse time or does he just travel through time? I would really like to know more about that one. So, and also, man, they set up the injustice. Did I say that? They set up the injustice and it's not gonna happen. No! I hope it happens, alright? So, anyway, let me stop rambling. This was my review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit me up in the comment section before you go. And I am your boy specialist from all the way Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm out. Boom. Gone.